So
just,
Henry's is a good example because he's got the 3D data. So we're gonna start there. And I think I've mentioned multiple times, most of our projects we don't have LiDAR data. Um, it, but in this group there seems to be a lot of it. Come on, why is not? Well, that's a new one.
That's not new to me, Steve. I've had it crash Chrome.
Today has been really bad with OpenSolar. I don't know what's going on, but it seemed to be. There we go. So let me get rid of all this stuff that's here.
Well, you could do another design if you want to leave that.
That's true. I could. Yeah,
Yeah, plop
that's a
plop
good.
another design if
So here's another thing you don't want to miss. Undo.
yeah,
I'm going to get rid of all this
discard.
stuff anyways. I'll get rid of it now. It's
Okay.
we're
So you're
here.
just selecting it and then hitting the delete key, right?
I'm selected. So does this help you guys if I do this? Come on. It's not.
yeah,
I guess not. There we go. Or does that make it worse with that circle?
Yeah, that helps. I can
Uh,
see where you're at.
What is making that circle, Steve? Is that a program you're running?
It's in the
Zoom?
Power Toys,
Okay.
on Microsoft. It has
Hmm.
it has I don't know why the other one turned off. I might hit some keys right here real quick. Alt P. There we go. It has this crosshair thing, which just stays on it, which I found. Is that easier for you guys to follow with those crosshairs?
Yeah, actually it makes it very easy to see where your cursor is going.
Yeah. So that's in there as well. So anyways, it's another tip is there isn't a measure tool, but you can put in wires. And I use them as wires. I also use them to measure and also to put in lines like in a valley, because the placement of what you see from the imagery versus what you build, they never line up from 2D to 3D to manual mode. So once and I found 2D to be most accurate, and after that you say, okay, I ignore what the imagery is, and sometimes put lines in when things are close. So anyway, so one of the things I found working with the group of projects at your houses is this 3D data does a couple things. One is we get this out of it, right? The heat map, right? So we can see where Henry gets good amounts of sun on his property. And the other thing, if you don't know the pitch of your roof, you can go in and you can say, I'm going to add a panel. I'm just going to throw a panel on here. I really don't care anything about it. I'm just going to delete it when we're done. But the nice thing about it is it gives me the slope of 45.8 degrees. Now it's probably not 45.8, it's probably 45. And so I did that on a few of Henry's roof sections and they averaged about 45. So I'm pretty sure Henry has a 12-12 pitch or 45 degrees just about, on all the roof planes. The other thing that's very handy and it has a button down there on the right where you can go to Street View. And this is even if you don't have the 3D LiDAR data. So I couldn't tell from the imagery some of the features about Henry's house. So it's, come on, let me go down the street a little more. So this is blocked, but if I go a little bit further, it's funny, it's not really blocked. But I couldn't really tell what was going on here. So so this is handy to have open and hop back and forth between it. So you can, you're familiar with your own houses. I guess if you're doing somebody else's house, it's handy to go to hop over to Street View. I can't get to my top bar here, guys, so I'm just gonna make this smaller, then make it bigger.
Steve, if you have real data on the measurements and everything else, can that be imported into this?
I believe the answer is yes. I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. I don't know how to do it though, Bill.
Okay,
But I'm pretty sure that the data you have can be imported. The other is you can key in the values as well. So
Sure.
you
Do you know,
you
do you
can
know what your
dial.
data set is called?
What's that?
Bill, do you know what your data set is called?
It's basically Eagle View. I have no idea other than the fact that I had them take a shot of the pictures of my house and
Yeah.
they gave me
Yeah.
all the measurements.
When we were talking with them, God, was it last year or the year before? They were
Been
talking
about
about
3 years ago.
an open solar interface. I mean, Michael and I got sample data and stuff. Not we didn't. It was before we were using open solar to play with. But I
Oh,
was
you
saying
have-
they had 3D. They had 3D DXF files or DWG files that I could import into a tab.
DWGs, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't find it very accurate, did we, Steve?
It was well. It depends which one you buy. They have a higher level offering that is within inches versus the nearest foot.
Yeah.
So it's still inexpensive. I think it was $100 for the accurate model. So anyways, we're gonna pick this and delete it, and so we now know the good roof sections for panels. We know we in terms of where the sun is. We got our street view, so we can take a look at what if we need to refer back to it, and so on. So we'll now go back, and I'm going to go into 2D mode. And guys, don't hesitate to ask questions. I'll probably forget to cover some things, and so I'm going to go get rid of this group of panels here. So we've got Henry's roof here. So this is our design mode here, which is where we've been hopping around. This is the function. So I'm just going to do an A-frame roof. And in Henry's case, I'm going to go down here to here. And I'm not going to worry about getting it exactly right here because I can now, once you've built it, you can go over here and key in the values. So in the how-to section of the website, there is actually some different methods of measuring your roof from the ground even, so you don't have to get on the roof to get pretty accurate measurements. So you can adjust the height and width. You can also just drag these things around here. You can rotate to dial it in a little bit.